Assalamu alaikum. Now, this is the second question of the same exam which I was solving for my October November students. You can see this question is related to the sequences. So, let's read the question, then we will figure out which sequence it is related with. The 18th term of an arithmetic progression. So, it is related to AP sequence, arithmetic progression. So let me just give you a quick review. What is an AP sequence? Arithmetic sequence or arithmetic progression is a sequence like 2, 5, 8, 11, so on and so forth. This is your first term of a sequence. This is a second term of a sequence, and this is the third term of a sequence. And then it is the fourth term of a sequence. So the first term and the second term, can you find their differences? Second term minus the first. In the next phase, third term minus the second. In the next stage, 11 minus 8. Check what are the differences you are getting. Interestingly, the differences are same. The differences are same and the differences are equal to 3. If the differences are equal, such type of a sequence is called arithmetic sequence or arithmetic progression. Two are the things important in arithmetic progression: first term and the common difference. First term, normally by the examiner or in the books, it is written as U. So this is U2. I wrote 2 in the subscript. U3 to represent the third term. U4 to represent the 11th term. The things which we need to know in the sequence, the formula of a sequence. The formula of a sequence means the, s- the term which will appear at the nth place. So we write it as UN. Some people call it as a general term, the general term or the nth term, or I call it as a formula of a sequence. So the formula of a sequence, it has a special formula which is equals to un is equals to u plus n minus 1 d. So guys, you can see u is the first term and d is the common difference, and n is the position number of the sequence. Suppose if you want to write the eighth term, then as per the formula, it will be equal to u plus 8 minus 1 is 7d. If you are interested in the 20th term, your formula will take the shape as u plus 19d. And now, if you substitute the first term and the common difference, you can simplify it and get the 20th term of a sequence. Wow. So in the arithmetic progression, any person can find any term, but for this, he has to know U and D in arithmetic progression. Okay, let me try to solve this question. He said the 13th term, so all of you please speak up. 13th term, I want to write it. So 13th term, as I explained, U13 should be equal to U plus, come on, shall I write 13 minus 1? So if it is U13, I will write U plus 12D. 1 less than this 13 is 12. So U plus 12D. But he gave the numerical value of 13th term, and that is 12. Wow. So imagine I got U plus 12D is equal to 12. Can I find U from it? Can I find D from it? The answer is no. Because since we have two unknowns in this equation, I cannot find U, I cannot find D. Definitely the examiner has given another condition which will help us to find a relationship between u and d in the other equation, and then we will solve them simultaneously maybe. So let's see, did we read the whole statement? No, we didn't read the whole statement. So the first part of the statement, we read it and we derived an equation. Now the next part of the statement is, and the sum of the first 20 terms. Wow, did I explain the sum? Let me explain you the sum. So guys, the sequence which I wrote it to you, 2, 5, 8, 11. Okay. Uh, if I want to find the sum of the first term, so the first term is 2. If I want to find the sum of the first term, so that has to be 2 plus 5. If I want to find the sum of the first three terms, that should be 2 plus 5 plus 8. If I want to find the sum of the first four terms, so 2 plus 5 plus 8 plus 11. So I hope you understand that 1 means what, S2 means what, the sum of the first two terms, S3 means what, sum of the first three terms of that sequence, S4 means the sum of the first four terms of that sequence. So, so you should not be confused between UN and SN. Sn is the sum of the first n terms, and un is just the term which appears at the nth position. So they are not equal to each other always. Huh? S1 is always equal to u. Yes, this is understood. But u2 is not equal to, u2 is equals to u plus u2. S3 is what? It is u plus u2 plus u3. S4 is what? U plus u2 plus u3 plus u4. I hope it clears to you. And from this discussion, I can make a very beautiful relationship between the terms and the sums. What is that? If you subtract S4 from S5, that is equals to U5. If you subtract S5 from S6, you will get U6. Does it make sense to you guys? Same thing, if you can look into this case, S2 minus S1 will be U2. So general formula is Sn minus Sn minus 1 is equal to Un. So don't forget this formula. Maybe it will be used somewhere in arithmetic progressions or in geometric progression, the relationship between sums and the terms. So let me write here, sum of the first 30 terms is 15. Did I talk about the AP sum formula? No, I didn't talk about it. Sn is always equals to n over 2, and it is provided in MF19 formula sheet. So 2a plus n minus 1d. Check it out. What is this d? D is the common difference. A, I wrote it. Actually, I'm using u. So let me write it here, u. So u is what? The common, the first term. N is what? The position number. So n over 2, 2u plus n minus 1t. There is one more formula which we use for arithmetic progressions, Sn, that is n times the average of first and the last term. Supposedly, if the examiner has given you the last term, then you can use this formula. But mostly we use this formula. Let's read the question. He said that the sum of the first 30 terms, this word first is very important, guys. Please keep it in your mind. When I say first 30, then it means I'm talking about S30. So sum of first 30 terms. So I'm going to write S30. Can I write the formula for S30? Yes, the S30 formula is 30. Let me write the formula again. Sn is equals to n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1 d. So 30 over 2, 2, what is the first term? It is u. 30 minus 1 is 29 times the common difference is d. Can I cancel 2 with the 30? So it gives you 15 2u plus 29d. Okay, and this is your S30. Can I open the brackets? So 30u 29 times 15 gives you what? 435d. Did he tell us S30 is equal to something? Wow, S30 is equal to minus 15. So it is minus 15, minus 15, minus 15, right? I think I can simplify this equation if I want. If you don't want, I have no problem because all of the terms can be divided by 15. So divided by 15, divided by 15. So 30 divided by 15 gives you 2u. 435 divided by 15 gives you 29d. And this is negative 1. Didn't I tell you that we might get simultaneous equations in u and d? So simultaneous equations u and d. My friends, our calculator is capable of solving simultaneous equations in two variables. So let me show you how I can go to the calculator and use the function from finding the solution of simultaneous equations. Go down and where the equation is written. So I go to the equation. Calculator will ask me, are you trying to solve quadratic, cubical equations or simultaneous? So press 1, simultaneous equation. How many unknowns I have? I have u and d, so two unknowns. So press 2. Now what is the coefficient of u here? 1. Enter. 12. The coefficient of d, enter. On the right hand side, constant 12, enter. In the second equation, the coefficient of u is 2, enter. The coefficient of d, 29, enter. And the constant negative 1, enter. Once you enter all the coefficients of u and d and the constants, now you are ready to press equal sign one time more. It will give you the first value, which will be definitely the value of u because the u variable coefficient was written first as x. So my u is equal to 72. It tells me after solving that my first term of the sequence should be 72 and next press d will give you negative 5. So my friends, um, the whole question was based on arithmetic progression, and the guy gave you two conditions. First condition was based on he gave us a particular term which was 13th term, so I need to know how to write the 13th term of an arithmetic progression. You know, arithmetic progression term formula or sum formula based on the information of the first term and the common difference and the number of terms. So in the 13th term, n was 13, u was u, common difference was d. So we got the equation in u and d. And then he gave another condition, not based on term, based on the sum of first 30 terms. So n was 30 and u was not known, d was not known, but he said the sum of 30 terms is minus 15. We used the sum formula, which helped us to find another equation in u and d. Now you can see the two green equations, u and d. First equation was based on term formula. Second equation was driven based on the sum formula. And then we used calculator, or maybe in the exam, you must know how to solve the two linear simultaneous equations. We got u72 and d minus 5. So this is the question number 2. Thank you, boys.